Okay. So I've been working on this for a while. Let me shift it into neutral. So this is my Lego driving sim with manual manual transmission. So what it has is my old inline 2-cylinder. I just moved the throttle body. The clutch system actually has some fishing line. You can see the fishing line that goes to the throttle. So there's the throttle. It's actuated by that pedal. And the clutch, it's kind of harder to see, but there's fishing line there. And that connects to the smaller pedal that when you press it, it doesn't really want to work right now because it's being special. But it will pull this open, and as you can see, there's a gap that goes in between there. So as you can see, nothing touching, and then when I let go, that's not supposed to be happening. You can see that it's touching. So no drive, no drive, drive. Don't mind my fishing socks. Yeah. It's just for shits and giggles. But as you can see, I push the clutch pedal in, and that disengages it. Let me zoom out really quick. So you can see that there's no drive being driven. It's kind of harder to see, but here, I'll shift it into first. Alright, so as you can see, there's nothing going through, and then when I release the clutch pedal, you can see that there's now some drive that goes to that flywheel. So what I do, so obviously throttle, so what I do to shift it, I usually go to the throttle that I wanted it to be at. So I usually go like there, and then I press the clutch all the way in till it stops at the back stop. Let me zoom back in. Alright, so it stops, and then shift, let go of the clutch, and then I give it a bit more throttle. So if I wanted to shift even more, then I give it a little bit less so that you could see that there is still some friction between the two, but not a whole ton, so it kind of slips, so it gives me that, like, or no, I lied, I don't do that. I thought I did it. But I push the clutch fully in again, shift it, and then it's good. This is actually perfect for me because it's my arm length. But, yeah. So, 4-speed transmission. So, first, second, third, fourth. So, that's all it is. I plan on adding a brake at one point, but not currently. And what I do to tell the difference between the gears is I'll usually shift it. Like, if I don't remember, I'll usually shift it to there. And then if it has a buttload of friction, then it's kind of hard to turn just by the axle to the point where the engine isn't turning. Then I know that's first. There's second. You can see that it somewhat turns the engine. It's a little less difficult, but still pretty difficult. Third, a lot easier. And then fourth, easiest. Like, I can literally, and that drives the engine. And it's reversed for the speed, so right now, obviously fourth is fastest, third, second fastest. Second, if it wants to shift, is third fastest, and then obviously first is the slowest. But so that's my review. I sit on the floor, and I'll usually have something that props the nozzle up of the vacuum just enough to have that be just enough so that it sits right at the opening. And I have that really big idle hole because it requires a lot more friction to idle. And before it actually needed that to properly idle. And for this engine, since it's a 2-cylinder, I don't need the flywheel for it to run, but since there is a whole lot more friction, I do kind of need it. So, there's that. Well, I do need it, but... So, overall, that's everything. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe if you want to. It's totally up to you. Goodbye.